Yeah, Sam Wilson, the great thing about the character is he's able to work with the community. Able to work with a group of superheroes and not let ego be the focus of solving the problem. He's the great equalizer with everyone in the problem that they face. So it's always a blessing to be able to present him in a way that is in support of everyone who's in the universe that he's saving.
Just a dream come true, you know. I bought a ticket to see Endgame as a fan. I had nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I watched it at the ArcLight Cinema on Sunset, and I was absolutely blown away. And I had no idea that a few months after that, I would be announced right here, actually, at Hall H at Comic-Con. I would be announced as a part of it, and to be here 7 years after that, with a movie in the can, I mean, it is an absolute dream come true. I've gotten the opportunity to work with so many legendary actors, many of whom I literally grew up watching. So it is a dream, and I have to pinch myself every day just to remind myself that it's real. Well, I think Shang-Chi is, if you read the comic books, he is the greatest fighter in the cinematic universe, or in the comic universe, which means that, you know, he's got to be down for a fight. He's got to be ready to protect, to attack, to do whatever is necessary. And also, you know, whoever stands in his way, whether it's Gambit or whether it's Doom, you know, it's gonna be a tough matchup, because Shang-Chi's gonna bring it. If you're in a fight with Shang-Chi, you should be a little worried. Man, I think it just feels epic. It's the culmination of so many, you know, so many different characters and movies that have been out in the world, and there's these, you know, incredible stakes. So there's definitely like there's a gravity and a seriousness to it. But then at the same time, there's also this joy. I don't want to say nostalgia, but there's this joy of like meeting characters that you never thought you'd see again. You know, getting to see, for example, Sir Ian McKellen reprising the role of Magneto, Sir Patrick Stewart getting to play Professor Xavier, like some of these characters that have been around like literally since I was 10 years old, and getting now to interact with them, it's just unbelievably joyful. And so as much as, you know, people talk about the big, you know, it's a serious movie, and there's lots of serious moments, but like there's also joy in there, and I feel like that joy that we felt is also joy that the audience will feel when they feel the familiar voice, you know, when they hear the voices and they feel the characters again. It's just a joyous moment.
Just absolutely incredibly special. To have been one of the first, you know, the original X-Men movies were an incredible experience for me. Then, at that point in my career, to be a part of the history there with the comics, to play this iconic character, and now to 26, 27 years later, bring him back and put the suit on again and have it be the comic accurate Cyclops suit, and to see the reaction of the fans just from the trailer going nuts. It is, you know, I'm sure I can think of the right adjective, but it is something really special. Well, yeah, it's leadership with Cyclops. I think Scott has always been had a very special relationship with Professor X, and he entrusted Scott to lead this group since 1963. He was the leader, and he can be very by the book sometimes, but I think that his you know, his values and his moral code and all of those things are right where they need to be, and you know, he's a nice foil sometimes to Wolverine's, you know, rough around the edges, kind of shoot from the hip attitude, but that makes it fun. And he's a man of great integrity, and you know, he would you know, lay down his life for the people that he wants to protect.
To be honest, you know, we start off as fans ourselves, so I'm not gonna lie, a couple of the days where I'm on set with everyone, I'm a little bit starstruck. You know, there are days where, you know, we're working with Magneto, we're working with Xavier, and I'm like, oh my God. And then everything said just feels like a gem. So it's one of those things where you pinch yourself and you realize that you're living your dream. So anything else that happens is just a bonus. Oh man, you know, the thing about Wakanda is they always come with a lot of integrity. groundedness, and it's just this reminder of different types of stakes because, the Black Panther might be a superpowered person and being, but he's not, right? So I always think it's really important, even though he's king of Wakanda now, there's still a street level to him. There's still that grounded human in extraordinary circumstances, in godlike circumstances that have to rise, and your presence is just as important as all of the others. So it's something that is really important for the character. It's really important for me as a person who's always dreamed of being in a room like this, to also remember that I contribute in a major way, just like this character. And that's what he brings to the situation, is just this grounded reality of everyone counts. The overall tone for the film, that's a really great question. I would say connectivity. Everything's connected. So there's a ripple felt from all actions. And I think it's that idea that everything that's been done, everything that's been built, everything that sometimes has felt like business has also made an imprint, and it ripples through everything that you'll see. So I think that's what it is. It's like everything is counted. Everything is counted.
It was magical. It was so magical. But something that is really important to have a good director, well, couple of directors, is when they know how to mix of the worlds, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, all together. You need a big talent, and that happened. It was so magical. And I mean, as an actor, as a person, be part of this, and to be in the same set with all these monsters, beautiful monsters. It was so cool. It's like a dream. You are literally in middle of the heroes, and you're like, that day, that scene with most of them, it was like, thank you. It was so cool.
Being able to see so many more characters together in one place, and you get the sense of how ambitious this is and how hard the filmmakers behind the scenes have been serving each character. So there is a reason and a purpose for each person to be there and part of the bigger collective. And so for me, it feels like the world had exploded. It was bigger than anything I'd seen before. It was just a surreal moment where Robert had invited us for lunch on set, and we were all sitting around a table, and I was sat next to Vanessa Kirby, who I'd just worked with on Mission Impossible, but now we were both in a Marvel film together. And then seeing Robert, who was so kind and funny and generous, and then just turn on a dime and become Doom with such kind of enigmatic, chilling presence. It's the on-set atmosphere, and then it being so fun and so lively, and then he just kind of turns into this something that feels so dominating, was kind of amazing to watch.
It was unbelievable to feel first that energy, because everyone has their favorite, and so when you collect a mass group of people like that and you allow everyone to see their favorite, because essentially everyone was there, that energy felt different than any other time I've been in Hall H. And so to feel that, we're just talking about like the dopamine hit that was, of all that joy at once. And so that was nuts. Well, I think Joaquin, specifically in relation to Captain America, Sam Wilson, there is this stepping up and to fill in his shoes of what Joaquin's idea was of what Sam Wilson defined as his Falcon. And so I think there's a growth that comes with that, but a yearning to be able to step up to the plate, have some responsibility, and sit at the big kids table. And so there's a lot of that like it's around figuring out when we're ready for that. But specifically in this film, it takes everything and everyone to take on Doom. So so I think it's a lot of that energy around like just bringing the ultimate team together, and I think trying to step up to it. Ooh, tone? I don't know if I could say that. I mean, it feels because of what Marvel is, it's able to encapsulate the tones and genres of the characters that it brings in. It's a very unique film experience that I think, something like we all felt what that is in Endgame, that you bring a collective and everyone brings who they are and the tone of their films, and so it's an interesting mix, and so I think it covers a lot of them. But yeah,
Goose pimpled. Literally, that was insane. That was amazing. The atmosphere, the crowds, the people, and seeing the new trailer, that was so cool. Everything was amazing. It was so cool. It was so cool. So, I mean, with every single Marvel experience I've had, every single day on set is like a pinch me moment. This one was like another pinch me moment where it's just amazing where, you see you've grown up with, all these superheroes in your life. And like, even when I used to like I've grown up with some of these characters, and you just like go and you're in the room with them, and it's like you get to be firsthand experiencing that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chaos with all these other. I don't know, it's like being in a dream. It's insane. It was, a pinch me moment. Incredible. Still can't believe it. Well, definitely, I think from Thunderbolts. I mean, the chaos that ensued with them trying to be a team from day one. Compared anything that they do, like moving forward, I think is way better than what they were at the beginning. But she's more sure of herself. She's more confident. She's in a team. She's got her team. She's in the room. She's there. She's got it. Yeah, she's got it. Yeah. I want them to get that feeling that I just literally got from watching the trailer, and that is just goosebumps. And it's this unpredictability, this beautiful chaos, this incredible feeling of, okay, this is bigger than the last big one. That's what you want. They're big. Yeah, big. Yeah.
Stakes are always high. But, in this movie, I think, everything is at stake. And everyone. And Doom is so formidable. He's so intelligent. He's so powerful. He combines so many different aspects of his personality that makes him formidable. That I think they're going to have a very, very difficult time stopping him. This is 25 years in the making, this crossover. I think, I was a young man when those X-Men movies came out. And I grew up with them, so it's amazing to see that cast on set. I mean, I was filled with such joy. I was a fan before I made these movies, and I got to be a fan again, sitting there on set with this incredible cast. I mean, this is really, by far and away, Marvel's most ambitious movie. I mean, I think that it's all about that community experience. It's all about the electricity you feel in a theater. I mean, that's our job, is to deliver a movie that people around the world can gather together and watch together and cheer for their favorite characters and laugh and cry together and have that have a profound, hopefully a profound emotional experience in a theater. So this is, these movies, we've been so blessed and fortunate to make them, because it really does give us an opportunity to create these bonding moments between audiences. I think it's, this is, Doom dictates a certain tone, a type of character that he is. And he's a character marked by tragedy, and there's a lot of Durman-Strong and anger inside of him, and so I think the tone is aggressive.
I mean, Dr. Doom, for people that read comics, is the proto villain for all supervillains. Was Darth Vader inspired by Dr. Doom? Maybe. And he's just a great character. It's not just the great iconic look and the iconic mask, which 6,000 people in Hall H were wearing today, but it is who he is inside. It's who Victor is. And his flaws and his hubris and his genius and his warmth and his true belief that he is the hero and he will save us all. That's what is fascinating about him, and that's what I'm excited about having Robert Downey play him and bring him into Doomsday. It was amazing. There was a sizzle reel that played at the beginning of our Hall H presentation, and those are meant to get people pumped, and we watch numerous versions, and the amazing marketing team puts them together, and I know it's right when I get pumped. And early on, when they were cutting it together, you cut to the original X-Men films, and it is just, we've never had that before. There's never been an MCU sizzle reel or presentation that includes footage from those original movies, because we weren't able to do that, and we've slowly done a little bit here and there, and certainly Deadpool and Wolverine was the beginning of that. But seeing these classic X-Men characters like Patrick Stewart as Xavier and Ian McKellen as Magneto, going back to the beginning of my Marvel career, Jimmy Marsden is so awesome. When we called, do you want to do it? And he said yes. So that really got me excited. And the storyline, as comic fans know, of Doomsday and leading to our next film, Secret Wars, is literally about universes colliding. So we have these people who have previously been in their own cinematic universes who now collide together into ours and into one. And it is maybe the most ambitious and exciting film that we've ever done. Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think they will be incredibly satisfied and yet incredibly surprised of where it's headed, and then we'll have a hard time waiting a year for the next one.